who's ready to get started? Woo! All right. I would like to welcome you all to the 2026 Law Enforcement Torch Run ceremony. I am Sergeant Richard. Unfortunately, Captain Gerber will not be with us today, as he's out. All right, calm down. He's out representing the state of New Jersey as a final leg runner for the upcoming USA Summer Games being held in Minneapolis this year. However, I've heard he's been gallivanting around the city, okay? Times Square, Good Morning America, and some really, really short shorts, okay? So consider us lucky that he's not here with us today, all right? However, he's always here in spirit. Wow. And that's called the Gerber Girls. But let's get started. Now, please, will you direct your attention to Miss Musara, who's going to be singing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave?
Beautiful voice. Father Anthony, can you lead us with a letter of invocation, please?
We bow our head in prayer. God, Heavenly Father, we thank you for those men and women who will be running today with the church, representing our great township. We thank you because they're representing also the men and women, athletes, who are always looked down or looked as though they're on the fringe. But Lord, they shine. They shine, and we thank God for what you have created in this great world. We ask your blessings upon all of us, especially the runners, and we ask this in the name of our God. Amen. That's a poor amen. Amen. Thank you.
Amen, Father. Thank you. So before I begin, I first want to acknowledge something that makes today so special every single year. The incredible and consistent support shown by the entire Edison community, all of you guys. Year after year, Edison continues to show up in a major way for the Special Olympics. The turnout, the energy, and the commitment from this township never goes unnoticed. I especially want to thank our elected officials, including the mayor, chief, council, for their continued support and presence. Their involvement shows that inclusion and community support are priorities here in Edison. Now, when we talk about the Special Olympics, we're talking about far more than just sports. We're talking about inclusion. We're talking about dignity, opportunity, compassion, and unity. We're talking about creating a world where every individual is valued not for their limitations, but for their strengths, their heart, and their determination. As law enforcement officers, we are called to serve and protect every member of the community. The Special Olympics reminds us what true service really looks like. It's showing up for others. It's building trust. It's treating every person with respect and humanity. It's recognizing that inclusion is not just an idea, it's an action. Many athletes face barriers that require constant determination, resilience, and self-confidence, making bravery a daily part of their lives, both in sports and beyond. So by witnessing the athletes' perseverance, positive attitude, and refusal to give up, officers are reminded of the importance of courage, dedication, and service. These athletes show that bravery is not only found in moments of crisis, but also in determination to keep moving forward every day. Over the years, the partnership between law enforcement and Special Olympics has become one of the most meaningful relationships in public service. Through fundraising, events, and simply standing beside these athletes, we have learned that impact goes both ways. While we hope to inspire the athletes, the truth is they inspire us far more. Today, though, I especially want to recognize someone whose leadership and dedication embody everything this movement stands for, and that's Captain Gerba. As much as he would love to be here, hearing himself talk, he previously mentioned that he has dedicated the next 3 weeks to the USA Games. Now that seems like nothing, as he's dedicated himself to supporting the Special Olympics and representing our department in such a positive way for the last 20 years. Because of his commitment, our department has consistently ranked among the top 5 agencies in fundraising and awareness efforts over the past decade. What makes his contribution truly special could not be measured in rankings or numbers. His dedication, resiliency, and passion have impacted countless athletes, families, officers, and communities throughout the state of New Jersey. He made the Special Olympics not just an event or a responsibility, but a priority in his life. That kind of commitment changes people. It changes organizations, and it creates a legacy that lasts far beyond any single ceremony or fundraiser. What stands out most about his leadership, though, is that he leads with his heart. He reminds us all that law enforcement is at its best when it builds connections, lifts people up, and serves with compassion. He's showing that wearing a badge is not only about enforcement, it's also about empathy, inclusion, and community. So Captain Gerber and I play different roles on the board of law enforcement. I enjoy entertaining by dressing up, whether it's Hulk Hogan, Chewbacca, or Olaf. Try to hype up the crowd. Not today, though. Captain Gerber, though, is usually the one working behind the scenes. He's the kind of person who never seeks recognition for the good he does. He embodies a spirit of service leading through action rather than applause, an attribute that is instrumental to the success of the Special Olympics itself. Because of leaders like him, future generations of officers will continue to understand the importance of inclusion, community engagement, and giving back. So, to Captain Gerba, we thank you. And to the athletes here, oh yes, let's go. That's right, baby. Where's my Gerba girls at? That's right. So, to the athletes here and across the state, also, thank you. Thank you for reminding us what courage, perseverance, and joy truly looks like. You're the heart of this movement, and you inspire us every single day. And to everyone who continues to support the Special Olympics mission, especially these runners, thank you for helping create a more inclusive world where everyone belongs. Together, we're proving that inclusion is stronger than division, compassion is stronger than judgment, and community is strongest when everyone has a seat at the table. And remember, continue to always be brave and try to be like a Gerbo. Thank you, thank you. And now the leader of the organization, Chief Ryan.
Greetings. It's the Gerba girls. Give them a hand. Come on. Yes. So let's have a hand for Sergeant Richard, please. She does a great job. Thank you. Captain Gerba. So really, how come you're not here today? Well, Chief, I'm in New York today. I can't be there. Can't be in 2 places at one time. She told me to do that. So, can we rescue Captain Gerba? All right, first off, I'd like to thank everybody for being here. Edison Township is a family. It's awesome to be here. I'm privileged, I'm honored to be here. At the same time, we have to pay tribute to all our runners. We have over 40 runners, and it's a great thing for Special Olympics. We come out every year, and I really do appreciate, we all appreciate collectively together, all the dignitaries that come out. So I'd like to see some faces in the crowd. I think the mayor's gonna have to help me out with this, but Chief Toth, our fire chief, I think he's running today. Yeah. So I gave him shorts to wear, but he gave them to the mayor, so, you know, so. Mayor, why don't you come up? Sure. You're gonna have to help me out a little bit. I'm also very happy to introduce you to retired Deputy Chief Pappy. I saw him in the crowd somewhere. Where's he at? Brent Pappy. There he is. And Carl Zimmerman, right? Just, it's awesome. We had Charlie Tamaro. I saw Charlie. Charlie's here. Senator Patrick Dagnan, our council president. Joe Coyle, where's Joe? Joe, why are you hiding? Why are you hiding?
Working.
Yeah, okay. We're going to work together. We're going to roll on the mat. I know. Listen, every time I see the council president, he says, you know, we're going to go at it on the mat. We're going to go to the karate school. We're going to go at it. That's all I keep hearing is this. Bah, 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 bah. We'll do it.
Ask Billy Thomas.
Kelly Dima. Let's have a hand for Kelly, too. And Viral Patel, too. All right, so again, thank you to everybody. I want to thank the mayor. Where you going? I want to thank Mayor Joshi because he supports law enforcement above and beyond. He's a great man, a great friend. He's a great leader. He's a visionary for Edison Township. He's done so much for Edison Township, as we all know. So I want to thank the mayor. And the mayor's staff, too. We work with everybody. I know I saw the boss lady here. She was here somewhere. She's hiding, the boss lady. Everybody said, who's that? It's the mayor's wife, right? Well, yes. In your house, she is the boss lady. But where we come from here, it's Sonia. So where's Sonia? She's hiding. She's somewhere here. All right. All right, so without further ado, the mayor of Edison Township, Honorable Sam Joshi.
Whoever came up with this, hats off. This is great. I think we should just walk around with this in town hall sometimes, just randomly. Shoot it up. I think it's clever. We love our police department. I've always said it. We have the best damn police department in not just the state of New Jersey, but in the country. It's something that we are incredibly proud of. It's not just because the incredible work that you do while on duty, but also how much you give back to the community and organizations. It's things like today where you're empowering and supporting Special Olympics, making sure that everyone feels that they're a part of the process, they're a part of a community, making sure that everyone gets a chance. And that is all because of the great work of our collective police department. So hats off to all of you. To all of our runners, thank you for doing this year after year. I think we keep getting bigger, and it's something that we are really proud of here. On behalf of myself, the mayor's office, and all the elected officials that are here, we fully support you, and we will continue to do so. So thank you to the entire police department.
All right, thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Chief, as always. Next up, Deputy Chief Dudash.
Good afternoon, everybody. Very happy to be in front of you for another law enforcement torch run. I've had a very long history with the Special Olympics and the law enforcement torch run specifically. When I came on the job in 1998, my father drafted me to start helping out. And 2005, when he retired, he turned the torch over to me, so to speak. And I'm very happy that I was able to turn the torch over to Captain Gerba and Sergeant Richards, who have done an amazing, amazing job, not only locally, but statewide and even nationally. So big round of applause for Captain Gerba and Sergeant Richards. So I was asked to come up today to make some recognition awards. And these are for individuals. First of all, we have two civilians, young ladies who have contributed an awful lot to Special Olympics, and both of which are present here today, and I'd like to call them forward. First of all, we have Ryan Carter. And Lila Tierney. So I just want to read one of these plaques. Presented with sincere appreciation to Ryan Carter and Lila Tierney for your support that you have given athletes a chance to learn, grow, and know the joy of sports and athletic competition through participation in Special Olympics New Jersey. Congratulations, ladies. Okay, the next awards I'd like to present. So every year we present a Torch Runner of the Year award. This year we have 2. These are for Edison police officers that consistently come out to support Special Olympics and specifically this law enforcement torch run. This year's Torch Runners of the Year are PBA President Mike Pipperato. And our second recipient is Sergeant Mike Haley. Before we do a quick photo op again, presented with sincere appreciation to Michael Pipperato and also Mike Haley, again for your support that you have given athletes a chance to learn, grow, and know the joy of sports and athletic competition through participation in Special Olympics New Jersey. Congratulations, ladies. Juan, I think you can cue the music. We're going to start calling up all of the runners for this year's Law Enforcement Torch Run. And hopefully we don't miss any. All right, first up, Miriam Adina, a Lincoln Tunnel runner. Brandon Gore, his father wore a red, but he wears blue. Carolyn Gonzalez, prepping for the New York City Marathon. Connor West, a former Spotswood wrestler. Christopher Simaluka, Edison's #1 officer in a foot chase. Matthew Guerrero, secretly hangs out at Starbucks. Angel Ruiz, Miguel Arms Ruiz. Robert Spadero, 5-minute mile pace. Matthew Turner, lacrosse's best. Jonathan Ditmars, fire truck pole champion. Michael Duhigg, part of the Duhigg legacy in Edison. Liz Deniqualo says no to fast food. Devin Mulligan, Winter Games motivator. Rob Pellegrino, state PBA hockey player. Steve Susala, he will run and work in the same day. Michael Haley, again, Torch Runner of the Year. Michael Pipperato, also Torch Runner of the Year. Pat Boyle runs so much that he saves money on gas. Jeremy Negron, the pin king of Edison Wrestling. Heather Hall will disappear during the run and we call it the Heather. St. John Vianney Field hockey star and recent graduate of St. Francis Catholic School. Ryan Carter, winner of 4 medals in track and field. Okay, that concludes my list. Juan, you're up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your starting lineup here today. Starting us off, give it up for former Middlesex County College wrestler Christopher DiPaolo. Next up, we got trains for 2 times a week, Dom DiCarlo. The gold standard. Give it up for David Goldman and his children, Brielle and Noah Goldman. This guy does a lot of pull-ups. But less than his father. Give it up for Joseph Kenny. Give it up for Neil. Wakes up at 4:30 a.m. to work out Patel. Next up, we got Michael, the Peacemaker Gallant. Put your hands together for the athlete, Joseph Bench. And that concludes everybody who's running here today. Round of applause for your torch runners, ladies and gentlemen.
You guys are awesome, thank you. Well, that actually concludes the ceremony. I want to thank everyone for coming out. So special thanks to the DJ, of course. We got Edison TV, administrative staff, elected officials, court chief, fire department, our EMS is going to be following us today and probably have to be utilized. Traffic division, records bureau, woo-hoo! Friends, family, always, you guys come out. Oh my, yep, Alba, woo! Sponsors, we got UPS, we got Collier, we got CarMax as well. So guys, awesome job today. Let's have a great one.
All right, welcome everybody. We're back again. We did this last year. We're back again in 2026 doing a wrap-up show for the Law Enforcement Torch Run. We raise money for Special Olympics. I have some powerhouses in the studio today. I have Bobby Fredericks. I just picked him up from United. He worked today. He worked a full shift. And Bobby, why don't you tell us where you're from?
I'm from Lincoln Park, New Jersey. I'm about 40 minutes away from the airport, if you go north of the airport.
And if I'm picking you up, more like 30.
Woo-hoo.
Bobby, how long have you been involved with Special Olympics for?
Since 1986, so since I was 5 years old, I am 45 now, so 40 years of competition.
This man doesn't look 45 either. Look at that. Look at that.
You don't stop. I like
What
it.
is the secret, Bobby? My God.
Just
And
keep on going.
just keep. And what events do you do with Special Olympics?
So my sports now are soccer, basketball, and track, but I have done volleyball, floor hockey. I've done bowling.
You've done it
Everything.
all.
I've done a bunch of them.
Soccer's the best.
Well, the main thing is, Bobby has a good set of wheels. He's a runner. He does track and field. He does soccer, like Chelsea just said. And that was very important for what we did. This torch run took place on 3 levels this year. Took place at an Edison local level where we did a torch run. We're going to talk about that. Took place on a state level at the College of New Jersey where the summer games were. And this year was even more special because me and Bobby did it on a national level. We were final leggers at the USA Games in Minnesota, and we're going to tell you about that too. Sergeant Chelsea Richard is here. Chelsea brings such great energy to our events and everything she does.
That's right.
We're so lucky to have her. She's been doing Special Olympics stuff directly for 5 years now, but it feels like forever because Chelsea is everywhere in the state all year round. Why don't you tell us about some of these events you do throughout the year?
Oh my God, we don't have enough time. But man, we start with the polar plunges. We got winter games, summer games. Anywhere that I can just dress up is where I go. So with the Lincoln Tunnel Challenge, we got July 4th, Statue of Liberty Run, the Turkey Trot. If I can dress up, I'm there. Absolutely. Let's go.
Yeah, Chelsea. And Chelsea, what were you at the Lincoln Tunnel this year? There was an 80s theme, and Chelsea,
yeah, I threw out a little bit of Hulk Hogan, you know what I mean?
Hulkamania was running wild at the Lincoln Tunnel.
Eat your vitamins.
And then just this past weekend, Statue of Liberty.
Yes, I dressed up as a hot dog. You know what I mean? Who doesn't like to eat hot dogs for July 4th? It's a staple in USA, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. It's called America.
absolutely.
You run around the Statue of Liberty, you get greeted by a hot dog who gives you a medal at the end. I mean, what could be better than that? So we'll talk about that as it comes up. We'll start with the Edison, the local level right here. And Chelsea ran the show this year. And Chelsea, I might not have been there, but I was kind of there, right? Did we have a little prop that showed up at the event?
Well, you two were gallivanting around the city and the shore in your little short shorts, okay? I had to hold it down over here. However, he's always here in spirit, okay? That's right, Gerber girls. That's how we roll. It was fun. It was another scorcher, another hot year to have to handle and take over everything. So, but it was good. It was very eventful.
Scorcher, it felt every bit of. It was in the 90s, right? It felt like
close to 100.
It's close to 100.
Yeah, a little hot.
We know because we were running somewhere else that day, and we'll get to that, but it was a highly successful year. How many runners did we have around?
We had around 40 for Edison, but altogether we actually had other agencies run with us, which was Clark, Metuchen, and Highland Park. So it was roughly like around 60.
How much money did we raise?
Oh, we always raise a lot. Over 20 grand every year, baby.
Well, up top for that, right?
That's
Let's
right.
go. Let's go. That was another fantastic year. We internally we recognized Torch Runners of the Year. Yes, very important that Chelsea just pointed that out. Number 4 in fundraising
right,
throughout
baby.
the state of New
Let's
Jersey.
go.
I always like to take the shirt and do a little bit of that.
Number 3.
Hey, wait. Hey, calm down. That one doesn't matter.
I can't believe you're rubbing that in our face, Bobby. We're going to change that next year. We're going to fix that. We had Torch Runners of the Year, our PBA president, Mike Piparato. Thank you, PBA. You give us great support, especially from our president, raising money and talking us up at meetings and getting participants. And Mike Haley, longtime runner,
Always.
longtime runner participant. His brother was a Torch Runner of the Year. Now both
That's it.
both brothers have secured a spot in the annals of Edison history. We had students that we recognized. We had students that did such a fantastic job of raising awareness and funds. They needed the Torch Runner of the Year plaque too.
They sure did. And they actually ran better than a lot of our runners itself. So
I'm going to have to admit that in a minute. It's very humbling. But we had Lila Tierney, who is only in 9th grade at JP Stevens High School. She was a keynote speaker for us multiple times now. She came last year and talked about the unified program, and she's an up-and-coming star. She's going to do great things for the run. Her family raises money for us, and very grateful to have her presence.
amazing.
Ryan Carter, one of many Carters, but there's 2 Carter girls. Ryan and Ella combined to raise over $1,500, and over the past 3 years, over $5,000.
That's crazy,
So
yeah.
another fantastic job.
How old are they?
So Ella is going into high school, and I believe Ryan is going into 5th grade. So it's
That's a lot of money for them. That's impressive.
a lot of money. And Trent Gerba, who is my nephew, over $1,500 raised.
Insane.
Close to 5K over his 3 years. And the most humbling part, as Chelsea mentioned, 11 years old, he smokes me in the run. He's at the front of the pack. I'm barely in the back of the pack now.
Barely in the pack.
You made me get in the car last year, so I wasn't even in the pack.
Note the word barely.
So Trent, fantastic job by
Oh,
Trent and all of our students. Very lucky to have him. So at the state level, Chelsea had a lot to do this year. I wasn't around to help her, so she was all on her own. She coordinated over 60 miles of terrain in New Jersey.
Someone's got to do it.
It's over 20 agencies. No big deal.
Yeah, I think it goes from West New York down to Franklin.
Down to Franklin.
Pretty sure it's the longest one.
Lot of stretch, a lot of traffic, a lot of
people.
Some were honking in approval, some not so much. But
Okay.
you can't please everyone. There were some stops along the way. We were at
We have a great run. So our run does end up at the Prudential Center. So at some point, as I was presenting a plaque to the New Jersey Devils, I was actually getting one for my own by one of my favorite athletes. I love you, but Justin. He actually gave me this year. So
and that was really
Fantastic.
cool. So pretty cool to stop off at Prudential Center. Then the Edison ceremony, you had to actually run it. Lot going on there. Big ceremony here. Thank you, Mayor Joshi. Thank you,
everybody
Chief
else involved.
Brian and
Yes.
Deputy Chief Dudash and everybody who chipped in with that.
Very
And Sergeant
successful.
Richard, who,
couldn't have done it with all of them, and of course, other units like traffic and other people throughout the building that really helped bring it all together, made it a little bit easier for me. So I appreciate that.
and we'll thank them at the end. But Edison TV, phenomenal as usual. Edison TV out there filming that. Edison TV in the cars, getting live footage, and really,
awesome.
if we didn't have this footage, it would be so difficult to recap this event as we're doing right now.
All around, great run.
And then you finish that part, and your day's halfway over, right?
Yeah, I was exhausted by that point, but you got to make your way down to TCNJ where we have the summer games, and that's where we have the opening ceremony, right? I get the pleasure every year since I'm on the committee to be on the field, and I get to see all the athletes. And there's a lot of athletes, huh? There's a lot of athletes. So where we get to hug and shake their hand and whatever, or give high fives.
And the athletes we want to mention, aside from Bobby, Paul's one of our favorites.
Oh, yeah.
Jenny,
Eric.
Melanie, Eric, Justin. We look forward to seeing all the athletes, but
Absolutely.
these are we have our favorites too, and we're really lucky to have that going on. And after the opening ceremony, Chelsea, you came back the Saturday and the Sunday, and what's your duties like after that?
So essentially what we do is that obviously we're holding the summer games. So everyone, all the athletes are now either running track or playing softball and whatnot. At the end of each race or event, we usually hand out medals. So we're in charge of handing out all these medals to all these athletes. and it starts from like 7 in the morning until sometimes 7 at night. So it's a very, very long day. Amazing day though, and it's 2 days long. Couldn't ask for a better weekend.
What's amazing is you could keep your energy level up
Oh,
from
yeah.
7 in the morning to Chelsea is just as effective at 7 at night
I
as
don't
she
need a
is at
costume,
7 in the
okay?
morning.
I
It's
don't need a costume.
pretty amazing. So it was a great weekend down at the College of New Jersey and supporting our summer games and raising money. And then me and Bobby were running differently. Like
elsewhere.
we are on a national level this year for the USA games in Minnesota. We're running the law enforcement torch run final leg. I am one of 50 representatives, one from each state. I was the New Jersey rep.
That's right.
Bobby is one of only 6 athletes they chose nationwide just to run with the cops and raise awareness.
That's
And
right,
it
big.
was very special. And it was even more special because most of the states, I'd say there were 6 from the East Coast and 8 from the West Coast. We had to do 19 days
That's a long time.
of touring.
That's a long time with him. Woo, baby.
And the other 36 or so cops did a week long in Minnesota. But we had we were on what was called Route 2, the East Coast route. And we had Barry from New York.
Yeah, Barry and Sean from New York.
Barry and Sean. We had myself from New Jersey, from Pennsylvania.
We had
Jessica.
had Jess, and we also had Pierre who was doing logistics. Let's give a shout out to him because he
Absolutely.
did a heck of a job with logistics.
And then we had Ohio. We had
Yeah.
Josh.
We had Josh from Ohio, the class clown, I'll call him.
He was a clown.
And
And
was a
then
ball buster.
we had Jill from Detroit, Michigan. So we had quite the team. We were on the bus together, going state to state. And what did you think of our
And
group when you?
also, let's not leave out Frank and Harry, who
Oh,
did
well,
all
we did.
who did
So-
all the who did all the documentation while we were.
Frank and Harry, I wouldn't have forgotten about you. I
Big
was
shout
going to
out, big
mention
guys.
you, but
But I-
big shout out right from the get go.
Yeah, like they were awesome.
Videographer and photographer, and you need those guys.
You kind of need those guys to get video and pictures. The group as a whole was awesome.
Yeah, what did you think of that group when you first met everyone?
I thought this was gonna be a crazy 19 days.
He knew it right
It
from the
was.
beginning. And just to give you guys a little idea, we're going to have pictures that we support with this. But we started out at the Statue of Liberty. We did a little bit of a photo session, not so much. There's not many places you can run. You have to run around the Statue of Liberty 7 times around the whole island for a 5K. But we did a little bit of running and mostly took pictures. Friday, June 5th is where things picked up, right,
Yeah.
Bobby, in New York City. That was our first run together.
Ran from Central Park to Bryant Park that day.
Central Park to Bryant Park. We went
And
through,
we made a stop at Times Square by the bleachers in Times Square on the way.
Oh yeah.
and we have a
It's all
photo
about
of
you guys.
that.
I love it.
That was it, running in the middle of the street around Times Square. It felt like we were in.
And, and everybody beeping the horns. I couldn't tell whether they
Love
were
you.
like, hey, yeah, or hey, get off my streets. I need to get where I need to go.
Day. That's it.
And New York really had a great energy because the Knicks were on their championship run.
calm down.
We're going by. Well, sorry about that, Chelsea. Chelsea's a bit of a Bostonian, So listen, we get one title every 50 years. You can't begrudge us for that. But there's a buzz going on in the city. We're running, and it was really cool because Bobby did his first speech down in, that was Bryant Park, or that was
Bryant Park.
Bryant Park. Bobby did his first speech. Bobby, why don't you tell us about how did your first speech went and what you talked about?
I thought it went great, and I covered my involvement with Special Olympics, the fact that I actually worked for United Airlines at Terminal C in Newark as a Special Olympic Service ambassador. That's actually where I came from today.
Yeah?
I had to work from 9 till 2 today, and I got to go back tomorrow and do the same thing.
No problem. Piece of cake,
Can I
right?
get some discounts?
Oh yeah, I get free unlimited. I get free unlimited standby flights to anywhere United flies.
The benefits of working for United. So what else did you do after you gave your speech? What else did you do in New York that day?
Well, I saw Billy from New York, who I report to as part of the Mid Atlantic.
But I'm talking about the big picture. What
I
was
went
that
over
big
and said
event we
hello to
talked
him.
about that you did?
Oh yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh yeah. Went rang the bell at Nasdaq afterwards.
I mean, he rang the bell at NASDAQ. It was, Bobby downplays it like, he just rang the bell at NASDAQ. That's
Whatever.
viewed nationally and everyone sees it. And
But yeah.
to Bobby, it's like,
I would have done it.
But I was more of a supporting character than I was the main character because
were
that
the main
was
character,
no
okay.
no because that was the main person was Christy, who was the CEO of the USA Games. She's the one who actually rang the bell. I was there as should we say supporting cast.
well, very important part of the supporting
Yeah,
cast.
right.
So that was really cool. Bobby was up and running, and it was a busy enough day already. But then we met Chelsea that night at the College of New Jersey. The Jason Fathead again surfaced all over the place. And it was really an honor for Bobby and I because we pretty much both had our hand on the torch, the Flame of Hope.
That's right.
And we ran it into, we'll do a little demo for you. We ran it in, I get the upper hand in this part. I get the upper hand,
That's
Bobby.
right. And that's
So
heavy.
yeah,
That's heavy.
this is not light.
we ran the torch into the stadium. All the attention was brought onto us. And Bobby, what kind of reception did you get from the New Jersey athletes that night?
That was probably the loudest cheers I've ever heard from anybody in any sporting event anywhere.
I was Robin.
I was like, whoa, what?
You were like the governor of the state of New Jersey. You're going through the crowd and people are yelling Bobby. One of the athletes even dove into Bobby's arms. It was who was that?
Everybody knows.
That was
Bobby.
my friend Rhea.
Okay. Well, Rhea really demonstrated herself out there. But Bobby was ready. Nothing flusters Bobby. Bobby was ready for the catch, almost as if it was scripted. So we had an amazing evening in New Jersey that night. And then it was time to really start our journey, which the next day we're in Point Pleasant, running on the boardwalk that morning. Bobby spoke again. I got to speak.
That's right.
Check us out on YouTube.
And we got to see her when we got there.
That's right.
And I got to see
Hey,
myself.
support, you're always there, man.
And I even mentioned to Chelsea, this is the first time I have to look at myself while I'm giving a speech in front of everybody. So that was interesting. It's good. Chelsea knows how to break the tension if there's such a thing beforehand. And then finally we went to the first Jersey Mike's, and Jersey Mike's is such a huge donator. We're so appreciative of what they do for Special Olympics. I believe they bring in over 10 million in New Jersey and over 40 million, something crazy,
Yeah, it was a large
nationwide.
number. It was amazing.
Amazing. And that was the very first Jersey Mike's. So we,
Yeah, that was the
one of
original
them.
Jersey Mike's that we
Yep.
were at that day.
so Chelsea was there to give us one last burst of energy while we were in New Jersey. And then,
Plus, I wanted a free sandwich.
and we got a free sandwich out of
I'll
it.
tell you, that burst of energy from Chelsea over here was enough to last us for the rest of the trip.
That's it. One day.
And then Bobby, you and I got to do like a little social media commercial, right? Who did we
Oh, yeah.
introduce?
We got to introduce Special Olympics Team New Jersey basketball.
Yeah, we gave a little, hi, I'm Bobby Fredericks. I'm Jason Gerba, and we're here to introduce. And then they, it's really cool. We felt
Things
like
you
we were
did,
really.
huh?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
And then we began our tour. This was, we're probably day 3 or day 4 in. There's 15 more days to go. Some of the historic sites that we saw, Philadelphia was
Liberty Bell.
Liberty
that
Bell.
was the first time I've ever seen the Liberty Bell ever. And I've ran the Philly Rock and Roll Half Marathon twice. And I've never seen the Liberty Bell until
And you said you're a history geek, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
to see the Liberty Bell, that had
to
be
see the
really cool.
Liberty Bell, that was really, really cool. Because you only read about that in history books.
And now seeing
To actually see it and be able to touch it is
You
a
gotta
whole
do it
nother
with-
thing.
Captain Gerba, how beautiful.
And we saw Harrisburg, the capital of PA. We saw Pittsburgh, where we were on the field where the Pirates play.
Yep.
We were outside by the Mr. Rogers statue, and Bobby's old enough to know who Mr. Rogers is.
I grew up watching Mr. Rogers.
Who doesn't
I
love
think who
Mr. Rogers?
didn't?
Yeah.
It was a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Absolutely.
And it was that day. Yeah, I'll tell you that.
It was that day. And then we went on, we continued Cleveland, Ohio, another milestone for Bobby. What did you do at the stadium?
I got
where-
to throw out the pitch for the Guardians versus Yankees game that day.
My God, Bobby on the field, and I want to tell you something. Bobby's aim is pretty good. His mechanics were interesting, but I'll tell you that ball got right over the plate, and that was a really surreal moment for me watching Bobby throw out the first pitch at a game that the Yankees were at. It was wild.
And it was kind of weird to me throwing it against the Yankees because the Yankees are the home team here.
And then you had to high five the Cleveland catcher.
And I had five with the Cleveland catcher afterwards.
Terrible.
It's all right. We could compromise ourselves every
Well,
now
I'm
and
not
then.
a baseball fan, so I can care less.
So it wasn't
who I
too
had
bad.
five with, so it's not that bad.
And then we continued. We did Detroit, Michigan. There was a monument of Joe Louis there. We passed by the famous Fox Theater, and we were even on the other side of Canada, where we
Yep.
could see Canada
We were,
over the river.
we were actually right by the Detroit Windsor Tunnel. You could actually see it not far from where we were standing.
And I couldn't have told you that 10 seconds ago, but Bobby knows every landmark, everything. You ask Bobby, he is like a walking encyclopedia, which was very helpful to us when we were on the bus during the trip. We were that was like our final stop before we merged with everybody in Minneapolis, and we were getting to the nitty gritty, getting down to our last 6 days. We're at Minneapolis St. Paul Airport, and Bobby, we're carrying a lit torch through an airport.
Yeah.
The TSA had to give us special permission to do that.
I'm pretty sure that's never been done before and probably never will be done again.
Hey, pray it's never gonna happen again. After what you guys did.
Oh my God.
At least we didn't burn the airport down.
So all 50 runners then met up, and just to talk about some of the historic sites we saw in Minnesota, we went to Black Beach on Lake Superior. It is the only black sand beach in the country. It's formed from iron ore mining waste. So it was pretty cool. It was a little on the cooler side in
Yeah, that
Minnesota
was
too.
pretty cool.
So
And it was really cold.
it was really cold up there. Like back here, we're talking 90s, and there
Minnesota's
70s and 60s. So
taking it.
we're kind of liking it.
I was up by Duluth and Hibbing is where that
So
was at.
and Duluth, famous for their apparel. We
Yeah.
made a stop over in their city. Hibbing, famous for their mining, and they took us. We had that picture by that big construction vehicle, right?
Yeah, that was actually a mining truck, is what that was. Now I've seen those actually operate when I was on vacation out in Utah.
Okay.
They use those to actually, carry the ore out of the open pit mine, and then they dump it, and it goes through looks like a storm drain almost, and then goes down, gets sifted, and then goes on to where it
The things that you know.
gets sifted out.
What? Just like that. We also went to Stillwater, which there's a bridge, and you go on the other side of the bridge. And
Yeah.
where are you at? You're at Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. That was crazy.
And it's also home to Christie, who was the CEO of the games.
Yes, and Bobby knew people, and all. It was amazing. Bobby knew people from all these states. He had been. We'll talk about it at the end, but Bobby was in the USA Games previously as an athlete. So I think Bobby, just through the years, Bobby has gotten to know a lot of people
Well-known man.
with the Special Olympics nationwide. We went to Mall of America, which is cool. We're running again with a lit torch through a mall.
Yeah.
There's a roller coaster inside of Mall of America. That was
Down the
Yeah.
coaster with the torch?
No.
Or- oh,
Nah.
that we didn't even think of.
that would have been awesome.
Chelsea, if we had you there,
It
the
wouldn't
things,
happen.
the things that
It
we
probably would have
Or put it in
happened.
Kingstown.
It probably would have happened if she was with us. But that was also my first time inside the Mall of America.
Yeah, so that was a great experience for all of us, and we finished. Believe it or not, we took a canoe down in the Mississippi,
Yep.
and we had the torch on there, and we're canoeing towards Minnesota, towards the stadium at the college where we eventually wound up. So we get off the canoe, we start running again, and we run to our destination, which
And
was
we actually
the.
ran right past the dorms where Team New Jersey was staying
And I'm
on our way over to the stadium.
Things you guys did.
the things we did, and then we went back, we showered. Bobby did a lot of steps that day. We looked, I think it was 26,000 just on that day alone.
It was crazy.
And then we were there for the beginning of the USA Games, and me and Bobby, it was really the honor of a lifetime. We got to walk out the New Jersey delegation.
Oh, I
up to
saw
the
that.
field.
I saw the walkout. That was
Little-
pretty
little
impressive.
ESPN
Well,
action.
ESPN had to cut away on that one. They're like, oh my God. He's crazy.
A lot of people said that you rubbed off on me
Hey,
with that.
Listen, I was impressed.
After 19 days, we had to let the energy out. And Bobby, why don't you talk about it? How did it feel?
I think it's fairly safe to say that Chelsea's rubbed off on both of us.
Oh,
to
boy.
be honest. But, yeah.
Oh boy.
No, so I was part of Team New Jersey twice, once in 2010 and once in 2014 here in New Jersey.
That's pretty cool.
2010 was Nebraska, and I just know that New Jersey always brings the energy.
They do,
So-
and we did just that. And like I said, we knew it was 19 days. I knew I would see Bobby some more, but a lot of these people we weren't really going to see, maybe again in our lifetime. So it was
Yeah.
really emotional and really great to finish. And it was a culmination of a lot of work. And Bobby and I are going to continue to do work. Chelsea's going to continue to do work. Chelsea's a lot younger than I am, and she's going to be in this a lot longer. But that's the important thing, is continuing to do what we do, and having successful events and raising money for Special Olympics, so athletes like Bobby and all these other athletes could compete
And have fun while we're doing it.
and have fun while we're doing it. What I wanted to get into, now that I covered our whole journey, I wanted to talk about some of our props now
Let's go.
that we have
What
on
we
the
got here?
table. What do we got?
What's the new thing?
We already talked about the Gerba.
That's right. Most famous Gerba.
We had our coasters that we handed out at the Special Olympics. Most states, it was customary to give out gifts and patches for everything that we did. So that was very unique to have coasters that we could hand out to other people. Some of our final leg swag, this was on we were all issued
They were all issued a backpack, and this was on our backpack.
That's pretty cool.
and this is what we gave out to the athletes.
Got some cool pins. And of course, can't go wrong with the
Ultimate
coin.
swag,
That's
the
it.
challenge coin. That was really cool.
Love that.
And leading up to event, of course, we had the Jason Gerba runner card.
It's beautiful.
Become an annual tradition. And Chelsea and I, amongst other people,
Somehow I made it. Yeah.
I know newspapers aren't the biggest thing, but there was a great article written by Greg Tafaro, who's such a good friend of ours. He is was chief of staff for Senator Dagnan, still does work for him. And the article was picked up from a press release, and it was put in the Home News and Tribune, USA Today.
That's right, baby.
And there's a picture of Bobby in there too. Really, really phenomenal. And of course, we had to bring out the shirt this year,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Even
Again,
though
we don't have to look at 1, 2, 3. No, we're 4 right there. It's beautiful, right?
it's just fantastic. And yeah, Bobby, we'll have to hold this up. We'll have to hold this up too. But this is the final leg flag that me and Bobby brought on all of our runs. It rotated through the athletes.
This is
Hold
signed
it
by
up here.
everybody who was on the final leg with us.
From all
pretty
50
cool.
states.
All the
and they
states.
put the states on there?
And you can see me right down here.
And I had to actually win this at an auction. So we were fortunate enough to,
By,
well worth it. Well worth it.
Especially to bring one back to Jersey.
That's it.
And the last thing I wanted to
Definitely.
talk about, was my bracelets that I wear every year. And, Bobby's part of this now too. Bobby's pointing out right off the bat a friendship bracelet. Who gave us that, Bobby?
This is everybody on Route 2, which was our route for final leg, got one of these.
What do we call our group?
We call ourselves the OGs because we actually ran the entire we ran the run. The other guys actually got on a plane and went from here to there to there to there to there.
But
That's not a torch run. That's a torch hop.
But we were the OGs, and we have our friendship bracelet, and that signifies our relationship with Barry and Jess
And Jill
Josh
and Pierre
Jill
and all
Frank.
and all them. And
and Frank and Harry
Frank.
and all those.
there was a Frank. You're exactly right.
Frank TV.
The other ones I wanted to talk about. So Marissa Tafaro Foundation, and I had mentioned Greg Tafaro is writing that article. Greg's daughter had a fatal illness, and he still has this foundation to raise awareness for Marissa Tafaro. He really does fantastic things in our community, raises a lot of money for Children's Hospital, amongst other things. Greg likes to raise the money and spread it around to meaningful things, as his daughter would have loved to have seen happen. So my partnership with him is just amazing to have him. This bracelet in particular for Mallory's Army. Mallory was an 11-year-old middle school student, unfortunately, when she took her own life. Mallory's mother, Diane, now has gone out throughout the state promoting this foundation. She was bullied relentlessly via social media. And what her mother does is she goes out throughout the state and sometimes the country, trying to teach younger people that it's not okay to bully people and to use social media properly so that we don't have a tragedy like this happen again. Diane's an amazing woman. She appeared at our PBA convention, and her words were very inspiring to me out in the audience. And I thought to myself, number one, I'm going to support her foundation. But number two, I'm going to be a better person too. I'm going to try to, I was involved already with the torch run, and I said, I'm going to really immerse myself in this right now. And one of her mottos, for her daughter's motto too, was a bracelet kind of life. And that's why we wear these bracelets. And it's a reminder just to be good people and to be good to others. Two of my other bracelets that I ran out of arm space, honoring Joe Wenskoski. It's amazing because his kids, I believe they're 7 years old now, and they've been at every single torch run. And it's so cool that they were babies, they were little, and now they're actually running across the finish line with us, right?
Yeah.
So it's great having them. It's a great honor to have the next generation step up. And we also have Sergeant Tierney, who is a near and dear friend to both myself and Chelsea.
Amazing man.
Amazing man. We have Lila, who is so involved with Special Olympics now, and it's just a great honor having her there and honoring her father. And
Absolutely.
these are big reasons why we do what we do, aside from the obvious, and honoring our Special Olympic athletes. Chelsea, did you want to say something like in conclusion, just to kind of like wrap us up here?
I did. Obviously this year was a little bit different for both of us, really. I had to take the reins on something else that normally you like to take the reins on and whatnot, but I couldn't have been more proud to have taken over this year. I tried to fill your shoes. However, I just wanted to read something. I know I already said this at the ceremony, but it's nice to hear it again because I don't even think that you even heard it yet. But this is regarding you. Captain Gurra, he reminds us all that law enforcement is at its best when it builds connections, lifts people up, and serves with compassion. He's also shown that wearing the badge is not only about enforcement, it's about empathy, inclusion, and community. So Captain Gurra, he's been doing this for 20 years, and of course, like the last 5 or 6, we've really been in the top 5. Should be number 1, but he's somebody that just embodies the spirit of service and doesn't really need the accolades or the applause. So that, for me, is the reason why I do what I do now. So I couldn't be any more grateful to you, and for everything that we do is for you guys. So we love you.
And I couldn't ask for 2 more cool people to
Well, what can I say?
hang around with.
Bobby was looking so forward to meeting today, and Bobby always reminds me you're a really good friend, and I feel the same about Bobby.
Yeah.
Chelsea and I knew Bobby. Now I have this 19-day experience with Bobby where we roomed together and got to know each other better. And it's just fantastic. I have a lifelong friend in Bobby now.
And the jokes that were flying, don't get us going on that.
Oh my God. Some of the things I wanted to say in conclusion, I put a lot on Chelsea this year because I wasn't going to be around. And I was looking at those photos. I almost got emotional. I was like, oh my God, look at how this machine ran this year. Like it went so well. I couldn't have been happier to see our Edison stuff running as smoothly as ever, and then being able to assert myself with Bobby on a national level. So I truly could not have done that. You have been the absolute best partner for these 5 years. You make it so much fun for me.
Always appreciate it.
Bobby made my experience so much fun too. My God, the stories that we have. And,
Oh yes.
and like I said, we're going to continue doing what we do. And most importantly here, I just mentioned this before, and Edison TV doesn't want to hear this, but it's so important to have these videographers and photographers capturing everything that we do. They're down at the games. Robert Morris came out to our ceremony taking photographs. Brian Clancy in town. Our Edison TV crew of Howard and Rob and new guy, Frankie. And yes, I mean, it's just absolutely incredible to have a staff like we have over here. That's what really makes it good. And then there were even flyers that were made, and Mitch, who's a photographer in Edison, just says, yeah, come on in. I'll do face shots of you. And we were able to promote our final leg. So we can't do what we do without our videographers, our photographers. And you mentioned Frank and Harry from our torch run crew that came out with us, and we'll be able to share a lot of those photos. Thank you all for tuning in.
Thank you always.
We can't do it without everybody. It takes a whole
takes a whole-
community
Yeah, to set that table.
to set that table and do what we do. So
And most importantly, it takes friends to do it also.
Yeah, that's right, big guy.
you're right, Bobby. So until next year, thank you, and we'll see you next year.
I can't imagine what my life would be like without the opportunities and what I have learned from Special Olympics. I am so fortunate to know so many great people who I can call my friends. Thank you for having me here today, and have a great day.
We all face challenges, but the flame inside us is stronger than anything that tries to put it out. Together, we are that bright. So let's carry it forward, protect it, and shine bright.
Being part of the movement is something I'll carry with me forever. It represents my dedication and my love for the Special Olympics movement. My journey is proof that it's never too late to discover what you're capable of and to make a difference. Special Olympics has changed my life, and I'm grateful to be part of this amazing community. Thank you.
Out of all the Special Olympics experiences and memories that I've had to say that the 2022 Special Olympics USA Games in Orlando, Florida was my favorite. It was an awesome experience, and I had a blast. Having the support of the law enforcement community means a lot to Special Olympics athletes like me, and I thank you all for it. You guys are the best, and I will always have your backs, no matter what.
And I have made many new lifelong friends. I have learned the importance of health and fitness, and to accept each new challenges and opportunities, and to never let my disability define me. Thank you, and God bless.
This movement changed everything. It gave me an opportunity when others would not. It gave me a voice when I felt unheard. It showed me that I'm capable, strong, and worthy. Today, I stand before you in confidence, not just an athlete, but as a leader.